everyone, welcome to another session of Janet Smith Traditional Jamaican Cooking. Now I know this was, I'm sorry you all, I was not gonna let a third week get by and I did not post a video, so please forgive me for that. But anyway, because you know summer is coming up and I have to work on my physique, so that's why y'all also don't see me. I keep it real too. But anyway, I have been busy renovating my home. So anyway, let's get back to business. On tonight's menu, it is going to be cold foot, beef tripe, curry dong with butter bean, and I think I'm gonna put some spinach tonight. So anyway, stay tuned. Okay, so now we're back. And what I'm going to do is I'm using a tablespoon of the adobe. Excuse me, I have on my ceiling fan, so I have to make sure that I see it's blowing my seasoning. Now this is black pepper. Like I said, it's in an Italian seasoning, but it's container, but don't worry about that. And I'm using some onion powder. It doesn't matter about what brand, just I use some onion powder, a tablespoon of it. Then I'm gonna use a tablespoon of seasoning salt. Want some ginger in it, another tablespoon. All right, hold on. Have to have a lot of curry powder on hand. And then the next thing that I use by Joe 1, it helps with the coloring, to make the coloring stand out. Then let me just get my pimento. What I did is I crushed my pimento, pre-crushed it, because and if you buy pimento by the batch, I try to tell people don't crush the pimento, too much pimento at once. So everything so far look like a tablespoon, right? Then now put in the thyme. So now let me put this over here. So we're gonna get, let me start to rub it up. So I'm gonna rub it up. So it look like the tablespoon was just the right amount. See how pretty the curry look? Okay. Alright. So now let me go ahead and get the pot hot for this long journey. I'm just giving you guys heads up. Yes, a lot of people when they do beef tripe and cow foot, they tend to use the pressure cooker. I don't use the pressure cooker. I'm not good with it, and I'm just not good with it. So I like to just do things the old-fashioned way. I like cooking in a Dutch pot, and I do have my Dutch pot that my mom gave me from Jamaica. All right, so this Dutch pot is over 40 years old. Well, anyway, I'm just happy to be back in front of everyone, with you guys in my kitchen as I prepare my traditional Jamaican meal. Okay, so let's stay tuned. All right, so make that sit down. I'm gonna go put out the pot on the fire. Okay, so I'm at the stove and I'm waiting for my coconut oil to melt so I can put in the meat. I tried to use the vegetable oil, I tried to use the corn oil, and I'm sorry, it is just, every time I cook with those oil, it just makes my stomach upset. I like how I'm on my way to be an old man, even though I know I look good. Excuse me. Anyway, it's all about feeling. It's not even about looks as you get older. So me stick to my coconut oil. So yeah, so now we set out the oil melt. We know so that oil ready, right? Let me get the meat. So what I'm gonna do, drop the meat in. Okay. Stir the pot. And this, let's see, right now I see it's 6 o'clock in the evening, and this food is not gonna be eaten till tomorrow. And unfortunately, it's just me and my cousin is going to eat this meal, because my kids are like, Mom, I'm not touching it. But that's true, they don't know what they are missing. So once again, this is cold foot with beef tripe. And what I did with my beef tripe, I like to get my beef tripe from the Asians, because they're for some reason them just look clean and they don't have that strong intestine odor smell. But anyway, okay, so let's see how it's turning out. See, I didn't even add no water to it, and look at it, how much water it's sprung. So now go ahead, because I don't feel like standing over this. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the fire to medium, cover it back, and we'll just keep checking back. Okay, so the tripe and the cold foot has been on the fire for about 3 hours. The tripe is cooked. The cold foot, that's what we're still waiting on to be cooked. So let me go get a fork, test it to see if the cold foot is tender. And let me go get the seasoning to the vegetables to put in this, so we can finish this up. Okay, so the cold foot is the food is almost cooked. Let me go ahead and put in the vegetables. So as the vegetables is simmering, see if you guys can see it. So what I put in here was bell peppers, the different color bell peppers, some, what else, carrot and onion. It have thyme, pimento, some scotch bonnet pepper. All right, and let me go ahead, turn stove is still on medium, and let it simmer some more, and I'll be back in half an hour to check it again. Okay, so let's see where we're at. All right. Oh, okay, so it's time now for me to put in the butter beans. The cold foot looks, oh yeah, the cold foot is ready, and the tripe been ready, but that's fine. So that's ready. And let's take a look at the rice, even though I should have used a fork. Just lifting the rice. Should have used a fork. It's okay. Okay. Separated some. Okay, so now I'm putting in my drained can of butter beans. Now, some people use the fresh butter beans, not fresh one, but the dry butter beans, and they boil it and do all that. It still turn around to me and tastes the same way. So what I did is I just make sure you strain the juice off the butter bean. Just pour the can over a strainer, strain it. And the butter bean is the last thing that you want to put in this recipe, because the beans are already cooked. Now, I don't know if you all can see. If you notice, it's not oily. Even though I use the coconut milk, that's one thing, not the coconut milk, I'm sorry, the coconut oil. One thing that I like with coconut oil is that when you cook stuff with it, it does not come out oily at all, where you have to skim off the oil off the pot. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this simmer some more. And remember, this is cooked, so I just want the butter bean to cook some more, cook down some more, and also grab the flavoring from the gravy that I season. Now, some people wants to know, well, what flavor comes from cold foot and tripe. To be honest with you, the flavoring really comes from the technique of the individual that's doing the cooking. So you have to make sure that your pot is seasoned thoroughly. What I notice is I forgot to measure as far as with the pounds of how much pound of cold foot I use, and also how much pound of tripe and beef tripe that I use. But what I did is I measured 1 tablespoon of each of the seasoning, as you will see in the first portion of this video. And right now, this is just the vegetables and the beans simmering. You don't want to stir the pot too much because you don't want to have the beans them mash out. But yeah, this won't be eaten till tomorrow because it's late. I actually started cooking this at 6 o'clock this evening, and it is now going on 11 o'clock and I'm still cooking. So one suggestion is, if this is a recipe that someone is interested in, I would recommend, if you don't have the time, use a crock pot that you can do it overnight. But be careful, because I tried cooking cold foot in a crock pot and I overcooked it and it came out gummy, and you don't want to overcook your cold foot either. You just want to cook the cold foot enough where the skin is tender enough where a fork can go through it, and it's you can easily chew it. But I've had some people's cold foot and they overcook it and it just took away from the taste, at least for me. So all right, so let me go ahead and cover back this pot. The rice, I had to add a little bit more water because it came out a little bit too dry for me. So I just add, I don't even think I used half a cup of water on the rice. So I'll come back and check this within the next 20 minutes. Check the rice, everything should be done by then. So it's late, I know, and I normally don't eat this late, but I can't end the video without sampling the food in front of everyone. This looks so good. I promise, I'm not going to sit here and eat off all this food after 11 o'clock at night, but let me just go ahead and sample it. So this right here, this little piece, let me see. This right here is a piece of the beef tripe, but I think I cut it up a little bit too small. Well, let me try it. What are you doing? But I hurt me this more tonight. Sorry, wait, I'm gonna taste it one more time. Piece of time. No, let me try the cold food. Look on it. So it just tender. Look on it. See that? Yeah, man. Why? See me out hurt my taste bud. And me so craving on top of that. Not even cool off the food. But I'm going and put this up for tomorrow. And see you all next week. Bye.